15 weeks into the NFL season.
Wow, where does the time go?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I mean, just when we're getting into the thick of things, it's almost the end.
But the end, it might be the beginning.
True.
That is true. And also, speaking of beginning, week 14 or week 15, we're in 15. Week 15 for Horsemen and Pick'em starts right about an hour.
Yeah.
Football
and
freaks.
if that don't get you fired up, nothing else will.
That's right. Football freaks, gridiron geeks, have no fear. For Horsemen of Pick'ems are here in the flesh. Baby. What is going on, everybody? I'm course, am your host with the most. Hey, Pizzle, representing the aqua and the orange. Who last Monday night choked away a 15-point lead with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game.
That's pretty bad.
It was brutal. It was painful. It made me want to drink a lot of these, but you know what? It's fine. Every team loses every once in a while.
I think that was just a minor hiccup. I think the Dolphins will be doing just fine the rest of the way.
Fine. We'll be fine. We got to go up against those. We got to go up against. Hold on, where's the thing? We got to go up against
the goddamn Jets.
Yeah,
this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this will be a redemption of some sorts.
Right.
Joining me as always, representing America's team, Mr. Tiny Tim.
Yes, that's right. It's your boy Tiny Tim, representing America's team 24/7, 365. Oh my goodness, we did a good one to those chickens last week.
Yes.
Yeah. So we passed the first real test. Now we got another test coming up in Buffalo. The wind might be a factor for at least one player on the Cowboys team, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will. LC will join us when he can, but oh wait, speaking of which, there he is.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
how we doing, LC?
I'm okay. Just technical issues. Sucks.
That's fine. It's fine. At least you're here. At least you're here, right now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Now, we do have a little bit of a crossover, if you will. A little bit of a crossover because we have not one, but two special guest pickers here tonight.
All right.
Right.
One of which was on the show last year. Another one, a brand new face, but they know this guy very well because they are the co-host of Fantasy Football Fever on TJM 3774 every Tuesday night, moving to Fridays in just a little bit. Starting with the guy who was on here last year, we got Mr. Flynn for the win.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
How we doing?
How we
And
doing?
making his debut. Yes, sir. Flynn is here, back once again. And joining us for the first time, we got another John, and they're also a Giants fan. It's Mr. John Natale.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
What's going on,
Hey.
guys?
Doing just fine. Thank you for having me.
Fantasy Football Fever, 4 Horsemen and Pick'ems crossover. You love to see it.
You're the
Absolutely.
flesh.
Yes. This is beautiful.
100%. So let's not waste any time. Oh, wait. Hold on. before I do that, did you guys hear about the bet I had to do?
Yes,
I
did.
saw the video. I saw the video.
For those that have not, it is on my YouTube channel. I had to drink coffee with mayo because the Dolphins lost to the Titans. Will Levis style. Because that's what he likes to do. So check that out if you guys have not already. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into some picks because it is time for week number 15. Starting out Thursday night.
You know you have to do it.
I got to do it because Thursday nights this year have been absolute shit.
Yeah.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. As it is, the Los Angeles Chargers going to Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. This game is at Allegiant Stadium, and from what I'm seeing right here, the Raiders are 3-point favorites.
They are 3-point favorites. Chargers are 3-point favorites, though. Raiders, what do you mean Raiders?
It says Raiders right here.
I have Chargers as the 3-point favorite according to my betting app.
Yeah,
Really?
Because we played as Vegas -3 on the pod last night.
Okay. We'll take it for what you will. I'll take it as a wash.
Let me double check it. Let me double check it. Oh, you're right. I am sorry. For some reason, it did say Raiders. I don't know why I put the Chargers, but it is the Raiders.
It is. It is what it is. All right. Referee for this game is
Ron Torbert.
And being that this is on Amazon Prime, you got Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit on the call. Who you guys got and why for Raiders and Chargers from Vegas?
Actually, before you do that, there actually is something I wanted to announce. There actually is a playoff scenario for Max Pick'em-Pool.
Oh.
There is actually a playoff scenario. So you guys know our fourth member of the Horsemen, Mac. Yinzer Mac. He actually has a playoff clinching scenario. So there are 2 clinching scenarios for week 15. Iconic Flame can clinch a playoff spot with at least a 10-win week or a better week than other competitors. Snap. And for me, all I need to do is have a winning week, and I officially become the first member to clinch the playoffs in Max Pick'em-Pool.
Very nice.
Ah.
Very nice. All right. Oh, wait. You know what? It's Dashy says it, so you know what? Might as well just play it. Just get it right out of the banana. And yes, that did take 5 hours to make. All right. Raiders and Chargers, who you guys got and why? Who wants to go first?
Let's let one of these two guys go first.
Okay.
Yeah. Declan, you want to go first?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. I'll go first this one because you know I just think that the Chargers are a team that makes me sick, and Brandon Staley has no idea what the hell he's doing in terms of game management, game preparation. Oh, and now Justin Herbert is out for the season. Oh, and Keenan Allen's not playing tomorrow night either because of injury as well. So you have those in mind, and you got a Raiders team which is. Josh McDaniels never should have been hired in the first place, let alone in the first place for that job. But knowing the Raiders, of course, there would be a team that would bring in McDaniels for a year and a half and be part of that circus. So I think the Raiders are playing better. The Chargers got slaughtered at home against the Broncos by three scores. And it's just mail it in time for the Chargers. I'm taking the Raiders. Going to win this one 20-14 over the Chargers.
20-14. Oh, okay. John, what say you?
I think on our podcast, Fantasy Football Fever, I think a couple of us declared this, and I guess you guys use a little different words, but ours is called Garbage Game of the Week. This one definitely screams garbage game.
It was the hell no. That's for us. It's the hell no to the no game of the week.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, this is definitely going to be the lowest combined point total. You're not going to see too much on the offense from either side. I think you'll see some garbage touchdowns here and there, but in the end, the Raiders are just barely going to edge this out. I mean, there's a possibility that Jacobs might not play either. He's still questionable. Amir Abdullah, I suppose he's okay. So, with that being said, I'm just going to take the Raiders 21-17.
21-17. Okay.
All right, I'll go ahead and go next. Say Tiny Tim, and you got
nice hat, by the way.
Thank you. I had to put on a Santa hat because it is getting closer to Christmas season.
It is 12 days.
Chargers versus Raiders. Raiders are a 3-point favorite. Raiders lead the overall series 68-58-2. And even though Easton Stick has been in the NFL for 3 years, this is his first NFL start. Chargers are 2-3 in the last 5 road games versus the Raiders, averaging 25.2 points on those contests, and meanwhile the Raiders averaged 24.2 at home versus in their last 5 against the Chargers. With Justin Herbert out in the season and Keenan Allen also being out, this game is going to be the definition of hammering the under in this game. Hammer down this off the under 33 here. This is going to be an absolute dumpster fire. Last week, actually, at some points, you're not going to see Bailey Zapp like Aiden O'Connell or Easton Stick throw 3 touchdowns in a game again. That's not happening. Just like Bailey Zappi did. That's not happening. This game is going to be an absolute dumpster fire to watch. I probably won't even watch part of it, but in the end, I got to give it to the Chargers. We got to give it to the Raiders, though. I think the Chargers season is pretty much over, and they're just waiting until Bill Belichick signs with them. That's where I think it's going to happen. I think Bill Belichick's going to the Chargers.
Could happen.
Bill Belichick goes to the Chargers because Bill Belichick's leaving the Patriots. I don't know if you guys heard about that today. He is officially leaving the Patriots. So he's going to be gone after this year. And now, the good thing is he's going to be going to L.A. because he does have a second home in Los Angeles, and he likes the sunny beaches in California. So he's going to go play. He's going to help the Chargers, and also they just won the Super Bowl bid as well. If you guys remember that, they just won the Super Bowl bid.
Yep, Super Bowl 61 is going to be held at SoFi Stadium. So we know the sites of the next 4 Super Bowls. We got Vegas this year, New Orleans next year, Santa Clara the following year. Then the year after that, it's going to be back at SoFi.
Damn.
And I think I heard the most recent one, 2026. I think it's going to change networks. It's going to be on ABC. First time since 2006.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I heard that.
But in the end, I'm taking the Raiders. Even though the Raiders are not as nearly as good, they just play better against the Chargers at home. And realistically, I'm not going to trust a guy making his first NFL start, especially the first time in 3 years. He's in his 3 years in the league. This is his first start. I don't trust that. Give me the Chargers. The Chargers lose the Raiders. Raiders win this game. Final score. I'm just going to go simply put to the point. 13-9. Give me the Raiders.
13 okay.
That's pretty low. Pretty low score right there.
Bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. I was talking about this last night. Now with Herbert out, Keenan Allen is hurt a little bit. Chargers falling on hard times. This is an opportunity for the Raiders. They're playing a little bit better, but not enough to really impress me. I'm just taking the Raiders. So final score 20-13.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to make it unanimous. This is Easton Stick against Aiden O'Connell. Oh, boy.
It's much worse than last week's.
Riveting action. Stick will be playing for the injured Justin Herbert, while Aiden O'Connell is coming off of a game where his team lost by 1 field goal. That's the only points that they scored. The Vikings only scored 1 field goal against the Raiders last Sunday. This won't be pretty to watch either, but I think the Raiders will find a way to win an ugly game. I got the Raiders winning this one, and believe it or not, I have the exact same score as you, Flynn. 20-14. Give me the Raiders.
Hey.
There we go. All right. Next up, we got 3 Saturday games.
Yep, Saturday.
3 games going to be on Saturday. Starting out with the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. This game will be in Cincinnati at Paul Brown Stadium, right? And the Bengals are 3-point favorites.
Bengals are 3-point favorites. Let's see. They are 3-point favorites.
That's right. All right. Referee for this game is
Bill Vinovich.
And this is on NFL Network. So you got Chris Rose and Jason McCourty. Chris Rose, the former host of the best damn sports show, period. Yeah. Back on FS or Fox Sports. Great, good show back in the day. All right. I guess I'll go first in this one. The Bengals have won 2 straight, getting back into the playoff race behind Jake Browning. Vikings won 3-0 over the Raiders last week, which tells you all you need to know about that offense without Justin Jefferson, who also got injured last week as well in his return. Nick Mullins will be the starter this week after coming off of the bench last week for the Pastronaut for Joshua Dobbs. So Joshua Dobbs back to the bench. It won't matter. I think Jake Browning will play well and lead the Bengals to a 3rd consecutive victory. Give me Bengals over the Vikings 24-14. By the way, forgot to mention this. Lowest ticketed price for Raiders and Chargers, $152.
Their lowest price this season.
I mean, amazing for two teams that are out of it in the AFC.
Yeah.
It's in Vegas, their lowest seat total, lowest price this season. So
that's right. Dashy wants me to play Dennis Crane for some reason. Okay, I will.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
There we go.
I might as well go next on this one. I'll save the guess for a little bit later. So the series is tied overall at 7 apiece. The Vikings have only won once in Cincinnati. September 27th, 1992 was actually one day after my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Then the Bengals averaged 25.63 points at home. Vikings averaged 16.55 points on the road in all-time matchups for Cincinnati. They've gotten shut out twice in Cincinnati. Do I think they get shut out again? No. But I think they'll put up some points. But in the end of the day, Jake Brown and the Bengals are the much better team here. And I think they get the job done overall to improve to 8-6 and pretty much recovering their season from dead. So once Joe Burrow, they had those 3 losses in a row. They've won 2 in a row, and they've looked like they're just looking like they're just rebounding from losses pretty well. And I think they'll lead up to a good matchup next week. So with that being said, Bengals win this game over the Vikings. Unfortunately, without Josh Pasternak, I think his run is over, but hopefully I'm wrong. Final score 27-20. Give me the Bengals.
Who day?
Ooh, there, yeah. I cannot believe that Minnesota game last week. I mean, I could have swore that game was going to go into overtime with the tie score at 0.
Nothing.
Gosh. Yeah. But they pulled it out right in overtime, and they're going up against the Cincinnati team with a backup quarterback who's actually kind of been impressive the last couple of weeks, and I think he'll be impressing a lot of people this week. Minnesota, they have injury issues both on offense and defense. Brownie stood filling in for Burrow. So give me the Bengals over the Vikings 24-20. Who day?
All right. How about you, gentlemen?
Go ahead, Flynn.
Mr. Flynn, what say you? 1, 2.
Yeah.
I think is
Ruh-roh.
I think he might be frozen. All right, I'll go in the meantime. Yeah, I might as well break out my little Santa hat also.
Nice.
Let's see.
Nice.
Yeah, coming into this a couple weeks ago, I had a problem picking the Bengals because I wasn't familiar with this new quarterback, but he's been getting progressively better every game. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna pick the Bengals on this one. Although I think the Vikings offense is still slightly better, I'm still tempted to pick the Bengals in this one, which I'm going to do 26-20.
26-20. All right.
So I guess right now we're unanimous. I think right now, right?
Yes, we are.
Well, pending what Flynn says.
Depending on what Mr. Flynn for the win has to say.
Yes.
Romy wants me to play Steve Austin.
What the? Oh boy. Let's see how this goes.
Wants me to play Steve Austin. Okay.
He's
that. He's. I don't have that one.
That
I'll
one
have
you
that.
need
I
to get
should.
specifically
I
for
do need to
Romy.
get that one.
You need to get that one for Romy specifically. Whenever he
Just
pops
for
in
him?
the chat, just for him.
Just for him. Okay. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Okay. Anyways, I guess we'll move on to the. Oh wait, there he is. Wait, maybe. Yes.
All right.
He's back.
All right, so it's my turn for Vikings Bengals.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought this was one of the easier games of the week to pick because I think the Bengals have the major quarterback advantage in this game because I've been so impressed with what Jake Browning has done with this Bengals squad since taking over. His teams have scored 34 points in each of the last two games against Jacksonville and Indy, two teams that are in the mix in the AFC. And Jake Browning has taken a firm command of this offense, and he's been tough. He's clutch. He looks poised in the pocket. He makes all the throws. And the Vikings right now are decimated by injuries. We mentioned. I mean, first of all, we look at Nick Mullins as the quarterback. It doesn't scream. And it doesn't scream excitement for me, but they're going to be probably without Alexander Madison, and they're going to be without the whole right side of their offensive line because their right guard is on the injury report, the right tackle is on the injury report. So there are going to be some serious problems in protection, and we saw what the Vikings are when they don't have a great offensive line, and it's not particularly a great squad. So I'm going to take the Bengals to win this one. I think it's going to be a good game for the Bengals. Keep gathering momentum. I'll take them to win this game 27-17.
All right. Next game on the list.
My team.
It's Lucas's team. It's Lucas's game. Elsie Muscle's game, as it is the pit. Oh wait, lowest ticketed price for Bengals and Vikings, $84.
That sounds about right.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
All right, now Steelers and Colts. This game is in Indianapolis, and from what I'm seeing right here, the Colts are 1.5 point favorites.
You're 3 for 3.
Nice.
3 for 2. 2 for 3.
No, I'll give you the 3 because you got the Raiders one.
All right. Referee for this game is.
Referee for this game is Adrian Hill.
And calling this game because it is on NFL Network, you got Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner.
There you go.
The Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. That's absolutely right. Who you guys got and why? Actually, you all know the rules. Save the Steelers fan for last.
Right.
Who you guys got and why for the Steelers and the Colts?
I'll go ahead and kick this one off here. Like I've said before, I've never trusted Mitchell Trubisky. I never will trust Mitchell Trubisky. From his station Chicago, now here in Pittsburgh. But I am gonna give him one more chance. If he doesn't cut the mustard, then I just don't know what's gonna happen. Pittsburgh is on the verge of finishing with a very terrible season, and I just loved how Mike Tomlin has just held that team in his hands all these years. I got so much mad respect for that guy. But they're going against the Colts team. Colts team are doing okay, but I'm actually going to take the Steelers in this one by 2 field goals, or maybe a touchdown, but a missed extra point, maybe. So I'm taking the steel curtain over those ponies. 27-21. Give me the Steelers.
There we go. Yeah, this is a big game in terms of playoff for both teams, especially with the Steelers coming off of 2, not 1, but 2 losses to two teams that were both 2-10. Colts coming off of a loss last week to the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers have issues on offense, but the defense has gone backwards lately as well. I think I'm on the other side of Tim. I think the Colts will win one here to put an even bigger damper on the Steelers' playoff hopes. I got the Colts winning this one. When in doubt, go home team. 21-17. Give me Indy.
All right. I guess I'll go do mine next. This one was a bit of a hard one for me to decide. Yeah, both teams are trying to fight for that playoff spot. I mean, from a coaching perspective, I think Mike Tomlin is clearly the better coach. He's having an amazing run. I believe, to my knowledge, if I'm correct, I don't think he's ever had a losing season yet.
Nope, he's not had a losing season.
Not.
Yeah. Well, and I do believe that trend is going to continue, just not with this game. I do think Tomlin will still finish the season with a winning record, but the Steelers are going to come up a bit short this game. It's kind of hard to figure out their offense right now. Who's your number one, Najee Harris or Jalen Warren? It's a bit shaky. They're like a 1A, 1B type of thing. I mean, you can kind of say the same thing with, what's his name, Deontay Johnson and maybe George Pickens to a degree. It's kind of hard to figure out. But right now, I think the Colts are cooking just a tiny bit more. So in the end, I'll take the Colts 27-24.
Okay. And Flynn?
I can't trust the Steelers team anymore because at the start of the season, I was very excited to pound home that the notion that that this was the type of environment this season that screams Mike Tomlin will coach the Steelers into the playoffs. Mike Tomlin will be the coach of the year, his best coaching job ever. But I mean, I'm out of the Steelers. Losing at home to Arizona, losing at home to New England, and not looking good, and making Bailey Zappi look like Tom Brady at times on Thursday night. It was just unmitigated dumpster fire. The secondary has not been great, and Michael Pittman Jr. I think he's going to have a monster game. I think he's going to have 100 yards receiving. I think Gardner Minshew is going to throw for 250 yards and a couple of TDs. I just think the Colts are coming off the loss and the way they got beat down in Cincinnati. I think this is gonna be a bloodbath for Pittsburgh. Yeah, give me the Colts to win this game by a score of 28-21.
All right. You hear what I had to say? You heard Tim had to say. You heard what these two down below had to say. LC, it's your turn. Go!
So I have the Steelers versus the Colts this week. And do you guys see my name down below?
Yes, I think I know what it stands for.
You know what it stands for,
right? Can I guess? I want to guess.
Go ahead.
Steelers have 27 wins to 6 losses against the Colts.
All time, yes.
Wow.
So
Nice.
the big news today out of this game is that TJ Watt is no longer concussion protocol and will be playing on Saturday, which is a big thing. That's a big good news, a concern. Last Colts win versus Steelers was in 2008, and the last home win against the Steelers, last win in general versus the Colts. The Colts have lost a bunch of times in a row. They haven't won since Peyton Manning was there, and then the last home win was when Peyton Manning was there. When Peyton Manning is not when he's playing the Steelers, he's good. But when any other Colts quarterback plays the Steelers, they're in trouble. The last 5 games, the Steelers averaged 23.2 on the road versus the Colts, and the Colts averaged 16 points on the road. Jonathan Taylor also not playing in this game is going to be a big factor. It will be Zach Moss once again starting out running back, which the Steelers have been doing a better job of stopping the run, especially since Cameron Hayward has been back. The big thing is Minshew is going to have to realistically play the Steelers as a starter this time. The only time he played as a player for the Steelers. The last time he played, he was with the Eagles, and it was a backup role in garbage time. So he's really going to have to play this time around against the Steelers. I think the Steelers right now, they may be in a tough spot right now, losing their last 2 games. But let's be honest here. The Steelers own the Colts. The Colts really haven't proven to me that they're a consistent team offensively and can get the best job done. With that being said, my goodness, This game is going to be close, but I'm going to take my Pittsburgh Steelers to win this.
Oh, wow, what a
It's not an
surprise.
upset. It's not an upset. I'm saying my upset pick for later. But realistically, Pittsburgh on the road against the Colts, they're extremely good. They're really good. Unless you're Peyton Manning, you're not beating the Steelers at home at all. Steelers have made Lucas Oil Stadium their second home pretty much ever since that stadium was built. And whenever when the RCA Dome was around, the Steelers owned that too. Steelers win this game by
the Hoosier Dome.
Well, yeah, wherever the Colts used to play, the Hoosier Dome. Before it was
the RCA Dome.
Yep, you're right.
No, I was right. It was the RCA
right.
Dome.
All right, I knew you were right.
But still, overall, I'm taking the Steelers by my exact things of what they're averaging, 23-16. I think this.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well,
no, so by the way, this is the first time the Colts have played on a Saturday since Jeff Saturday coached the Indianapolis Colts.
Last year, where they blew the biggest lead.
Oh yeah, the biggest lead in NFL, biggest boom lead in NFL history. That was the last time the Colts played on a Saturday.
That is true. Yeah. So I'm assuming he's got the Steelers, right, Elsie?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, I got the Steelers 23-16.
23-16, not 27-6.
No, 23-16. I think the Colts put up a touchdown, then struggle with field goals from Matt Gay. Somewhat has a decent game, though. That's pretty much going to be it, though. Realistically, he'll still miss an extra field goal or two, and this Colts will and Minshew will definitely throw an interception. I definitely feel that. Steelers have been doing very well with the turnovers. Even though their defense hasn't been the best, they've been doing well with turnovers. They've been getting turnovers from unlikely players. So taking the Steelers 23-16, just like the averages. The average 23, they're going to get 23, and Colts will get 16.
And if you don't like that, Mike Tomlin has 4 words for you.
We do not care.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with my thing. It just completely went out. But anyways,
it's fine. It's fine.
All right, Gary, that's not true, by the way.
Oh, Mr. Gabriel's in the chat.
Yes. He says, I have a shot. I will win 11 million to number uno. You can't score 1 point in the NFL. This isn't rugby.
No.
We can't get a 1 point field goal? No?
Nope.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All right. Last Saturday game we have is the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions from Ford. Oh, wait. Sorry. My apologies. I keep forgetting. Lowest ticketed price for Steelers and Colts, $100.
Hundo. A cool Chris Hundo.
Nice Hundo.
I like it.
Broncos Lions from Ford Field. Lions are 4-point favorites. Yes.
The Lions are 4-point favorites. They are 4-point favorites.
Referee for this game is
John Hussey is the referee.
And you got Kevin Harlan and Trent Green on the call.
Kevin Harlan. All right.
Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. This game is on NFL Network.
Interesting. I didn't know Kevin Harlan did NFL Network. I thought he just did CBS.
I think the league is they signed him to NFL Network.
Yes, they did.
Right.
Just for this week, I believe.
Yeah.
So, who you guys got and why for the Broncos and the Lions?
Broncos and the Lions. Oh my goodness. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll do it. All right. All right. I guess.
So you, John?
Yeah. I guess I'll go if you guys are okay with it.
Have at it.
Go.
All right. Yeah. Every time I think of the Broncos, I think of that special clip from The Simpsons every time when Homer goes, the Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I think that should be an idea for a future clip if it's like an upset or something.
You know what? I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, assuming it's an upset, but no, this is definitely by far this is not an upset for me. I'm not saying that. But yeah, this game, surprisingly, the Broncos are on a little bit of a tear right now. And their defense has been improving. Russell Wilson looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lions a little bit shaky here and there, but I think in the end they're going to figure this out. Their offense, I think, is just too good, just too talented. With Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's having a solid season. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's breaking out very well. I think the Lions' offense is better right now, so I have to give the edge to them. Give me a score of 28-21. Lions over Broncos.
Ooh, my score is kind of similar to that. Broncos are coming on playing a third consecutive road game, and in the NFL, that is absolutely brutal to do. Lions, though, they're coming off of a brutal loss to the Chicago Bears last week. They're a different team at home, which is why I think this is where they get back on the right track. It won't be easy, but they will find a way to get the job done at home. I'm going to go with the Lions to get the win over the Broncos, 28-20.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this. Denver has been doing great. But Detroit at home, as you mentioned, they're a little bit of a different machine here. And for that reason, I'm going to take Detroit over Denver. Give me the Lions 24-17.
Okay. LC?
For Broncos and the Lions, the Broncos lead the overall series 9-5. The Broncos are 4-3.
2-5.
You had to mention that.
I know I was going to get that from somebody.
I had to do it.
I had to do it. And then the Broncos are 4-3 on the road versus the Lions, averaging 21.14 points on the road versus the Lions. Lions average 22 points per game at home versus the Broncos. The Broncos have been an interesting team to say the least. They've won 6 of their last 7 games after starting off 1-5. So the big thing is playing on the road at Detroit is not going to be an easy task. They have some of their toughest losses on the road this year, but still, including that 20-70 loss against the Dolphins, losing to the Chiefs, and they've had some rough loss, and then losing to Houston. They've lost some close games out on the road, but I think they drop one again. I think Detroit only having 2 losses at home, something's got to give, and it's got to be the Denver Broncos losing here. So I'm going to take Detroit Lions to win this game. Final score 23-21.
All right. And Mr. Flynn.
Upset special number 1. Give me the Denver Broncos to win the game.
Are we sounding the alarm for this?
Oh, yeah.
Are we sounding the alarm? Uh-oh.
Yeah,
interesting.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Lions. Since their bye week, they've given up. In the last 5 games, they've given up 38, 26, 29, 28, and 28 points. Against quarterbacks that have included Jordan Love and Justin Fields among them. And here's the thing. And Russell Wilson. This is the case where I'm going to take the team with the better coach, the better quarterback, and the better defense. Have you been seeing the way Denver's been playing defensively? Have you seen the way Russell Wilson has been throwing the ball to Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton? It's been tremendous, and they have a major coaching advantage in this game because Dan Campbell can be rather wacky in terms of in-game management. The Broncos are playing at a really high level right now, and Russell Wilson was my start of the week in the Fantasy Football Fever podcast last night. This is a great matchup for him. He's going to throw for 300 yards. He's going to throw for 2 touchdowns, and I just think he's going to shred this Lions defense. Look, the Lions offensively are pretty strong, but their lack of depth in the secondary is going to be the reason why they're going to be limited come January, because you need to play great defense in order to beat a team like the 49ers and the Cowboys or the Philadelphia Eagles in the conference. So I think Detroit's ceiling is limited compared to these other teams. So See, back to those in mind, and I just think the Broncos I am more confident in Denver the way they've been playing, and the Broncos have been playing in the tougher conference this year. So I'm going to take the Broncos to win this game 30-24 in upset special number 1.
Next, number 1. Oh, you got multiple.
Oh yeah. You're
Multiple
gonna be,
upsets.
you're gonna be
Oh, yeah.
amazed.
We're gonna be sounding the alarm a few times.
And what was the lowest ticket price
Yeah.
for the game before we go on?
Lowest ticketed price for Lions and Broncos, $202.
That sounds about right.
I'll also say in one of these games, you're going to sound the alarm for 3 people. You'll find out what that is later.
All right, sounds good.
All 3 of us have the same. Mhm.
Thanks for spoiling it, Natalie.
They don't know. They're not going to know what it is yet. I didn't say which game it was.
We don't know what it is. We're still there yet. All right, moving on to the Sunday slate of games. Starting out in Cleveland, as it is the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. And from what I'm assuming right here, the Browns are 3-point favorites.
5 for 5.
Let's go. All right. Referee for this game is?
Referee for the Bears and Browns is going to be Brad Allen.
Bears and Browns. And calling the game, we got Kevin Kugler and Mark Dirty Butt Fumble Sanchez on the call.
The butt fumble.
Yep.
Who you guys got and why for Bears and Browns?
The difference in this game is going to be the Cleveland Browns defense. That defense is going to mess with Justin Fields a little bit. Fields has gotten lucky a couple of times, but not this time. I'm taking the Browns with their big defense to take care of the Bears. Give me the Browns 28-20.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go next. I mean, this was one of the last games I circled in terms of the spread this week. Because look, I think the Browns are going to win because I think their defense is not going to give up 27 points the way they did last week against Jacksonville, which I was pretty impressed with Jacksonville. Even in the loss, but I think here's the thing about the Bears. Justin Fields is playing for his NFL future, and you could see that the last 2 weeks, and of course there's all this conversation in Chicago that with them getting the number 1 pick thanks to the Carolina trade. Well, where they're most likely going to draft Caleb Williams. So Justin Fields is taking all that noise personally, and I think he's going to play well on Sunday. But I just think the Browns' offensive line against this Bears front seven, I think is going to be a really bad matchup for them. So I think it's going to be a case where it's going to be a close game, but the Browns would have like this 5-minute drive to end the game, to wear the Bears down and win the game by protecting the football. So while I do think the Bears have a quarterback advantage in this game because of Justin Fields and the way he's been playing lately, I just think the Browns overall are a slightly better team. So last night on the podcast we played this at Browns -3.5. So I grabbed the points on this one. So I'm going to take the Browns to win 20-17. But I think it's going to be a close game.
Right on. LC, let's hear from you next.
So the Bears and the Browns. The Browns lead the series. The Browns lead the series 10-7 overall. The Bears are 1-5 in their last 6 road games. They're 1-5 in their last 6 road games versus the Browns. The Bears average a clean, even 16 points per game on the road. Meanwhile, the Browns average 26.33 points per game at home against the Browns. A big story going in this game is Joe Flacco. I guess he's not Joe over yet.
Joe Flacco!
He's not Joe over yet. It's not Joe over yet, man. But with Myles Garrett getting healthier now, I think that the Browns are definitely getting better overall. And I think that generally speaking, they're a team that I realistically think that the Browns do have a good shot at keeping things going later on. So I think they could definitely make some noise. They are right now the number 1 seed in the AFC for the regards to the wild cards. And I think they get back and beat Chicago here. I think they beat Chicago before having their next couple of games against some interesting opponents. I think the Browns get a win at home. I think this is a win they need at home. And I think the Bears right now, they should just tank the rest of the season. Even though we're at 5-8, they're ruining their own tank. They're ruining their chance to get some good players. I don't know Justin Fields going to be a quarterback this season. And then even though you got you got that trade piece from Montez Sweat, the Bears defense just really does not impress me overall. Give me the final score of the Browns winning this game over the Chicago Bears. I'm going to say 23-17. Give me the Browns.
Look who's in the chat.
Who's in the chat? I'm wondering.
Patrick Starr.
Patrick Starr.
Oh, really? Patrick Starr. So he doesn't mention the fact that Russell Wilson's starting to cook now, is it?
Oh,
Yes, I just noticed that.
He didn't mention anything about Russell Wilson. And then even though I had a bad week last week, I'm going to get back on track this week, man. I'm still leading by 5 in dashies, and I'm still leading by 4 in max.
Yes, he is.
I'm tied in my paid league, but man, that last week was just rough.
Yeah, last week was last week. Speaking of last week, the Bears let's be honest, the Bears have come alive the past 2 games with Justin Fields. The offense is making some good strides, but this is a tough challenge against a good Browns defense. Joe Flacco is coming off of an impressive showing against the Jaguars last week, and I think he will play well here as the Browns get the win over the Bears. So give me the Browns over the Bears 28-21. And John Natalia, what say you?
All right. I guess first, I want to have maybe a brief follow-up to what I think Lucas was saying earlier about the draft. I think because I believe the Panthers traded their number 1 overall to the Bears. So realistically, I think the Bears would still get the first pick if the Panthers finish with the worst record.
That is correct.
That's like a little bit of a follow-up there. It's just a matter of who will they draft Caleb Williams, or would they pivot to maybe Drake May? That kind of remains to be seen. I'm not so sure. I think Fields might be. I think Fields is doing okay, so I'm not sure if drafting a quarterback is going to help him down the road.
Right.
Or maybe if they do, Fields could be his mentor or something. As far as like this game goes, I think this one was one of the easier ones for me to decide. I think the Browns defense, I think, is just too good. I think Fields is going to be running for his life mostly. And the running backs might get a bulk of the work. Because the Browns have a very good air game, especially with the tight ends, the wide receivers. I think they're top 5 last I checked. Although I found this to be an easy decision, I still have this as a 1-score game. Because I think Fields might get a touchdown on his feet, maybe 1 or 2. I don't think he's going to get any passing touchdowns, unfortunately. But as far as this one's still going to be close, I have the Browns winning 25-20.
All right. Next game on. Oh wait. Lowest ticket price for Browns and Bears, $39. Lowest price so far.
That's actually a surprise for Bears and Browns, but.
All right. Next game on the list, we got a divisional matchup. This is for the NFC South. This one's going to be an all-timer, folks, as it is the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. This game is in Carolina. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Falcons are 3-point favorites.
You're right again.
6 for 6, is that right?
Yep,
so
6
far?
for 6. 6 for 6.
4, 6. All right. Referee for this game is
Land Clark.
And calling the Falcons and the Panthers game on Fox is Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth.
Lowest ticket price, Alex? Actually,
I'll save that for last. I'll say that for last because this one is a doozy.
Oh, it is.
Say that.
Oh, trust me, I agree.
Let me just say that. So the Falcons let one get away in the closing seconds against Tampa Bay last week. But this is a good way to get back on the winning side because the Panthers, let's just be honest, they're a dumpster fire. They fired Frank Reich. They took the wrong guy in the draft in Bryce Young. David Tepper, he's a control freak. They're awful on offense. They're awful on defense. They can't score. Atlanta can, and they will in this one. I think the Falcons get the job done over the Panthers. Simply put, 24-10, give me Atlanta.
Oh, my goodness. This game is just screams mediocre. Desmond Ritter once again starts against the Panthers, who we got the first win of the season. They actually met in week 1. And for the record-wise in this game, like just in general, the history, the Falcons are, let me see here, because I know they're leading the series. Falcons won 24-10 in week 1. Like I mentioned, they're leading the series 36-21. They're 5-2 in their last 7 road games versus the Panthers. Falcons average almost 25 points, 24.57 points on the road. Panthers average just a measly 16 points per game at home versus the Falcons. The Panthers' only win this year was at home, but I don't think it's going to happen again. Give me the Carolina Panthers to lose to the Falcons. Woo. Realistically, this team, I just can't stand picking them. It's pretty much, other than week 12 and week 2, whenever I pick this team to win, they lost. Give me the Falcons, I guess. You really want to know my final score?
Yes.
Single digits.
10-7.
Oh, close.
Falcons win. 10-7.
Can't do that with Bijan.
Bijan scores the only touchdown.
my boy.
Not the guy from Hook 'em Horns.
Texas.
Arthur Smith does not know how to use him correctly. That's the problem.
I think he might. I think he might this week. I mean, I've liked the way that Bijan Robinson has been kind of warming up a little bit more over the last couple of weeks. And going up against the Carolina team, I think Carolina might get some good points here. Probably be garbage time here and there. In the end, I'm taking the Falcons, taking my boy Bijan. Falcons win 30-23.
Yeah, I was actually more nervous than most picking this game because this feels like a game where because it's a division game because I think Carolina might come out with some excitement, but here's the problem though, because it's been bad with Carolina and Scott Fitterer. The Panthers right now are in a worse situation under Scott Fitterer than the Giants were under Dave Gettleman when he left, and that's a pretty damning indictment on the entire Carolina Panthers organization because David Tepper is going to be picking his 4th full-time head coach in 6 years. So that there's no stability. So that the offensive line stinks. So they can't stop the run, and it's just been a problem there. And speaking of Bijan Robinson, I think that's a fabulous matchup for fantasy because the Panthers have no feel, no clue how to stop the run. They somehow woke up Tony Pollard a few weeks ago, where Tony Pollard was having a pedestrian season, and then he woke up there. So I think assuming that Bijan Robinson's awake and Desmond Ritter actually gives him the ball, and I still can't get over how Desmond Ritter missed a wide open Bijan Robinson in the end zone, because that was the difference between Falcons losing the regulation in that game going into overtime, which and listen, Arthur Smith's not done a great job this year, and he was, to me, he was on the hot seat, one of the coaches I had on the hot seat for a reason.
He should still be on the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and listen, I love Arthur Smith. He was awesome at Tennessee. He was the one that cracked the Derrick Henry code to begin with. But I just got to tell you, I'm not a believer in the Falcons right now, but the Panthers are so much worse. Falcons 17, Panthers 7.
17-7. And Mr. Natale.
Yeah, this one's definitely an ugly one to say the least. I mean, coming into this before the season started, I had the Panthers making the playoffs as the number 6 seed, but that's obviously not happening.
Oh,
yeah.
Alex.
Oh,
I had the Panthers. I had the Panthers as my Cinderella team this year. That didn't turn out well.
Yeah. Yeah. All we can really say about this game is someone has to win the AFC. Someone has to win the NFC South. This whole division's been a real doozy. We can have a winner with an under 500 record.
Right.
And I want to say if that happens, wouldn't that be the first time since I want to say 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah,
I think it
3
was.
years.
I think it was the Commanders.
So wait,
Mhm.
did Tampa win the division with a losing record last year?
Oh, possibly.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
losing. They did win 2020. They
Yeah.
lost it with a losing record then.
Yes.
But I thought a losing record was when before they were called the Commanders. I think they won their division.
They did.
I-
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's telling
Back
me.
when they were the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
last year the Bucks were 8-9.
Ah.
Oh, I did not realize.
So
I
was them.
forgot that with
But,
Tom
but
Brady.
before then was the 2020 football team.
Yeah, it's very, very, very bizarre. You could see division winners getting in with under 500 record, and then other teams with a better record don't get a playoff spot.
Yeah, and you know that Dallas, whoever doesn't win the NFC East between Dallas and Philly, they're licking their chops at their first round playoff game.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this one was pretty much just like a doozy. But I have somewhat of a low scoring game here, but like borderline low score. I just throw out some random numbers out there. I have the Falcons winning 20-12.
All right, lowest ticketed price. This is probably the lowest ticket we've gotten all
Ever
season
seen.
so far. All
I don't
season's
think
over.
it's-
This is preseason type.
15.
price.
15.
$18.
Wow.
Well, actually, Alex, there's actually a funnier story. Guess where? Where was this? It wasn't SeatGeek. It was FanDuel. I mean, not FanDuel. I'm sorry.
FanDuel.
No, not FanDuel. It was a site that had Carolina Panthers and Falcons ticket seats. This site has
You
tickets.
could get a Big Mac meal for that.
$18. But the thing is, this site has Falcons versus Panthers tickets
Was it Vivid Seats?
for. It was at. Let me see here. Trying to find the site, but realistically, there was a site that had Falcons versus Panthers tickets for a grand total of 45 cents.
Oh, gee.
What?
Look at this. 40
What? Hold on. I'm full
45
screening you again.
40
Wow.
$0.45.
Damn, they're just giving them away at that point.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
And these are 532 row 18, 19, and 20.
Can you
45
say,
cents.
Wait, what?
can you say desperate? Can you say desperate?
I'm not showing you. Look at this.
What-
45 cents.
My
What
goodness.
website is that?
I
Or
do
what-
not remember.
I gotta
am
find
trying
that.
to I'm trying to find that.
I gotta find it. I will buy those and I will scalp the shit out of them. No, I'm just kidding.
$65 and the fees of. Let me see. I don't know what site he actually had for.
That's insane.
But 45 cents.
That is crazy. But from what I'm seeing here, it's 18. So
Let's see for that low. There's got to be a catch though.
yeah, there's always a catch with those.
That's probably because of service fees.
Yep, service fees.
It's
Right.
but still, even after service fees, it'd be pretty darn cheap.
Right.
Right. All right. Next game on the list. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Mother-Loving Packers. This game is in Lambeau Field at the frozen tundra. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Packers are 3.5-point favorites.
You're 7 for 7.
All right. I'm hoping for a clean sweep tonight. Hoping for that clean sweep tonight. Referee for this game is
One of your favorites, Alex. Tra
Try.
Blake.
Blake. And you got Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, and Matty Ice. Cold as ice.
Matthew.
Ryan.
Yes.
Cold as ice.
This is
Ice.
this is Zach's game of the week, apparently.
Yeah. Ice, maybe.
Ice, maybe. So yeah, this is an enormous game for both teams. The Bucks are playing consecutive road games while the Packers are playing on a short week. So something's got to give. Green Bay didn't look well in losing to the Giants, but I think Jordan Love will bounce back here against an average at best Tampa Bay defense. So I think Green Bay takes it. When in doubt, you got to go with the home team. Give me the Packers over the Bucks, 31-21. Go Pack, go.
Yeah, I thought this game was the single toughest game of the week for me to pick. So, but because I don't have that big of a stock on the Bucks. I mean, it could be because I've not had a good read on this Bucks team all season, but they somehow, some way, I don't know how they're in first place in their division, because I was prepared to talk about the Bucks and the Caleb Williams, Drake May sweepstakes at the start of the season. When you look at the post Tom Brady era in Tampa Bay, but listen, Baker Mayfield deserves credit. Todd Bowles deserves some credit.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that held me from picking the Packers to cover is that it is the trust level of Jordan Love is not there, because he missed wide open throws, and I mean that not having Christian Watson or Aaron Jones didn't help, but you still can't lose to a third string quarterback and
No.
expect to be heralded as the next franchise quarterback. So I definitely think his confidence took a huge hit with the Packers loss to the Giants on Monday night. But I think the Packers are going to find a way to win. I think that it's going to come down to an Anders Carlson game-winning field goal as time expires. And I'll take the Packers to win this game 17-16.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, as I mentioned last night's show, this is what Chris Berman used to call the old Bay of Pigs game.
The Bay of Pigs. That's right.
Bay of Pigs.
Yeah, back in the day when there was the NFC Central and both of these teams were in that particular division. Yeah, this game is good. Jordan Love, he is impressing me. Still want to see a little bit more before I can definitely say he could be the future of the Packers.
I agree.
Tampa Bay, of course, they have their players, and not really much action since Brady decided to retire. But I say Green Bay at home. They're usually always tough to beat at home. So give me the Packers over the Bucks by a score of 30-21.
All right, John, Natalie, what say you?
All right. Yeah, I think coming into this before the season started, I thought the Bucks were clearly going to be a last place team.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, somehow they're in first place. I'm saying, how is this possible? I thought this division was going to be a cakewalk for the Saints, but jeez,
damn,
this is pretty much the ugliest division here. But I think clearly the Bucks are overrated. I don't think they're as good as their record shows. I think that the Packers are definitely going to expose them. They have probably a quarterback that's maybe close to the top 10 now, maybe just outside. I mean, Aaron Jones, I think, is questionable, but even if he doesn't play, I think they're still going to be just fine. Give me the Packers to win in a close one, 24-17.
All right, and Elsie.
Buccaneers and Packers. Let's take a look at this game, shall we? We got the Buccaneers and Packers. The Packers lead the overall series 34-23-1. The Buccaneers are 1-5 in their last 6 road games versus the Packers during the regular season. The only one that's not being counted is the postseason NFC Championship game. because Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers, I'm not including that. This is a whole different team. The Buccaneers average 20 points per game on the road versus the Packers, while the Packers average 23.5 at home versus the Packers. And I think it's going to fall similar to that average. Give me the Packers to win over the Buccaneers with a late touchdown from Jordan Love to Romeo Doubs. I'll score 24-20.
All right. Next game on the list, we have, let me see if I can let me pull up my notes for this one. Next game on the list. Oh boy, it's your guys down below. It's your guys' game.
Also,
it is.
It's that what is the lowest ticketed price?
Oh,
for,
my bad.
For the Packers,
my bad.
Packers
Lowest ticketed price. Packers and the Buccaneers, $89.
$89 for the Bay of Pigs game.
The Bay of Pigs.
All right. Now it's time for your guys' game down below, as it is the New York Football Giants and the New Orleans Saints. This game is at the Superdome in New Orleans. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Saints are 6-point favorites.
They are 6-point favorites.
They are?
They are.
All right. 8 for 8.
8 for 8.
8 for 8. All right. Referee for this game is?
And you got Carl Sheffers.
Oh, good luck with that. And on the call, this game is on Fox. You got Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma on the call. We all know the rules. Save the two Giants fans down here for last. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first on this one. Why not? Giants and Saints. Let's take a look at Giants versus Saints, shall we? The Giants versus the Saints. The Giants lead the overall series 17-14. The Giants are 2-4 in their last 6 road games versus the Saints. Giants average 21.33 points on the road. Guess what the Saints average in their points at home versus the Giants last 6? 37.5 points. They actually dominate the Giants at home. They actually do really well against the Giants at home. And I'm sorry, Tommy DeVito here, not going to get the win this week. The run ends. You got lucky against the Packers. Saints are going to put you back into reality. And I think the Saints will get one of those. It'll be one of those games where the Saints, they get ahead early and the Giants will not be able to come back. My final score is going to be 30-17. Give me the Saints to win this one.
Yeah. The G-men are falling on hard times. I don't know who really wants to win the NFC South. Saints are obviously there. I think Tampa Bay is in the driver's seat right now, even though it seems like even though Tampa Bay is in the driver's seat, all the teams in that division seems to be in neutral or first gear. But I just have to go with the better team. Pick New Orleans by 6. I am going to go ahead and take that. I'm taking the Saints over the Giants by a score of 26-17. And guess what? Not only am I taking the Saints, I'm locking them.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Damn. Cold-blooded. Love it. Saints have won 3 straight games, but Tommy DeVito, you love it. Love to see it. But a big challenge for him and the offense on the road in a very tough environment. The Superdome is not an easy place to play. The Saints have shown better on defense last week. That will be played here. I'm really not sure who to pick, so guess what? I'm going to let fate decide.
Really? This is your coin flip. Wow.
This is my coin flip game of the week, believe it or not. I'm going to let fate decide because I'm really torn between these two because the Saints, they're meh. Giants, let's be honest, they're meh as well. So, heads, JFK will be the visiting New York Giants, and the bald eagle, American Eagle, will be the Saints. Tails, they are the home team. So, count me down. 3,
2, 1.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Fine.
I'm sorry, guys. Give me the Who Dat Nation. Give me the Saints to win this one. Final score, let's go 21-10. Give
Who
me
dat?
Saints. Now, who wants to go first between you two?
So yeah, I'll go first.
The floor is yours.
Yeah, I think I said on my Insta stories and all over my social media that I had more fun watching the Giants on Monday night than I did at any point since the wild card game against Minnesota last week, last season. But I think there are things here that are primed for Giants upset. Number one, the Giants have a major coaching advantage in this game. You have Brian Dable against Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen can't coach his way out of a paper bag. The Saints have had a lot of problems stopping the run, especially over the last few weeks. Because one of the things that was overlooked in the Saints' dominant performance against Carolina, the Saints gave up to over 200 yards of rushing, and when you have an offensive line that suddenly improved for the Giants, the way they looked on Monday against the Saints' rush defense, and Saquon Barkley running the football, I think that's going to be a terrific matchup for Saquon Barkley, because there's a reason Saquon Barkley was ranked. Has the number 3 running back in fantasy this week according to their matchups, and the way the Giants have been playing, the way they've been making plays on defense with Wink Martindale, it's been under Wink Martindale has been terrific. This was the Wink Martindale that I was advertised when the Giants hired him in the first place, and I don't understand all the hooting and hollering about the relationship between Coach Daves and Wink Martindale, because they're two alpha personalities that respect the hell out of each other. And I think that there's something about Tommy DeVito and him controlling the game, and doesn't turn the ball over, which is something that the Saints have had trouble with protecting the football. So I'm going to be taking the Giants in an upset special number 2.
Oh, number
Giants,
2. Here
21-20.
we go.
21-20. Giants over the Saints.
Might have jumped the gun a little bit on that one. I do apologize, but hey, that's a good score. I appreciate you having faith in your team. Good stuff. All right, Mr. Natali, what say you?
Yeah, this one was kind of a tough one for me. Yeah, coming into last week, I was actually shocked that the Giants won. Yeah, they almost never win on prime time. I have a weird little system. I always go against the Giants during prime time because they can never seem to win, but somehow they actually pulled it off. If this was a Sunday afternoon game, I would have picked the Giants, but I let my judgment affect me on that one. But yeah, coming into this game, yeah, and the Giants are sort of cooking a little bit. Tommy DeVito actually, he made history, and he's new. He's now the first quarterback since Phil Simms to open up his career 3-0 as a starter.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think, as Flynn said, I think yesterday we were on the show, Daniel Jones almost did it. He started 2-0. So, yeah, Giants have a knack with starting quarterbacks going strong. Looking at this side, the Giants are slowly cooking a little bit. Their defense is getting it together. Yeah, Dexter Lawrence, Bobby Okereke, Kayvon Thibodeau, they're having phenomenal seasons. I mean, this might be a little bit crazy and a premature reaction, but I think Kayvon Thibodeau has an outside chance of Defensive Player of the Year if he keeps this up. He's getting sacks like crazy. He could be like a dark horse pick, I would say. But I mean, as far as this game goes, this one was kind of tough. I mean, Tommy DeVito's been pretty solid. Kind of him and his agent kind of reminds me of a scene from The Sopranos a little bit. I get Soprano vibes looking at them. For me, it's going to come down to, I think, offense in this one. I would say both defenses are about equal here. But as much as I want to do it, as much as I want to pick the Giants, I just can't do it. I think that the Saints have more to play for right now. Despite the Giants being only one game out of the playoffs right now, the Saints, I think, have a little bit more hope because they're playing to win the division, and I think in the end they're still going to do it. So give me the Saints in a close one, 28-21.
All right. And the lowest ticketed price for Giants and Saints from New Orleans, $31.
31. Wow.
$31. Ew.
I wasn't expecting it to be that low.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next game on the list. This has blowout written all over it. As it is the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. This game is in Foxborough. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Chiefs, they're obviously the favorites. Am I right? Yes, they are. 7.5-point favorites.
They actually went up to 8.
Went up to 8. Oh, the streak is over. All right. Referee for this game is?
Referee for Chiefs and Patriots is Sean Hockley.
And calling this game on Fox, we have Joe Davis and Gerald Johnston, a.k.a.
Moose.
There it is. All right. For this one, for Patriots and the Chiefs, I'll go first in this one. The Chiefs go into Foxborough angry after what happened at the end to their loss to the Bills.
Oh, yeah.
They are going to be very pissed off. An angry Patrick Mahomes is never a good for any opponent. But the Chiefs have struggled to score points, and the Patriots' defense it's all right. Not terrible. It's okay. The problem is it's the Patriots' offense. We don't know if it's going to be Mac Jones. We don't know if it's going to be Bailey Zappi. We don't know if it's going to be somebody else. So I think the Chiefs will limit them, and I think the Chiefs will get the dub over the New England Patriots. I'm going to go with the Chiefs 28-9.
Not so fast, my friend. This game definitely screams for me. It's a trap for this week.
Really?
This is my trap game of the week.
Really?
Reason why? Let me explain. Chiefs may lead the overall series 20-16-3, but the Chiefs are 2-7 in their last 9 road games versus the Patriots. And Mahomes does not have a very good record against Bill Belichick. He is 2-2 against Bill Belichick in his career. Only a few teams he does not have a winning record against. So realistically, this definitely screams it's a trap for me. I think that the Patriots will keep this somewhat close. Stay thirsty, my friend LC. Hell yeah, man. And with that being said, the Chiefs are going to be interesting. Are going to be interesting in this game. But realistically, the problem is the Patriots defense is going to keep this game close. I think the Chiefs defense will get the points that they need to get the win, but the Patriots defense will hang on in there for as long as they can. Give me the Chiefs to win this game 27-23. Give me the Chiefs. Ooh. I would definitely take the Patriots +8 if I had to.
Okay. All right.
I'll let one of these guys go.
All right. Flynn?
Yeah, who's I'll go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Yes, yeah, but I mean the Patriots. To me, like the relationship between the Patriots and the Patriots fans is like that scene from Casablanca where it was said that we'll always have power. So one of the most famous movie quotes of all time, because the Patriots will always have the single greatest dynasty in the history of the NFL with the 6 championships and the Brady Belichick marriage that lasted for 20 years. So the Patriots will always have that. Now, the Patriots are not. The Patriots are now the worst team in the AFC by all accounts. Belichick is no longer going to be the head coach of the Patriots. He could still coach a defense somewhere. I think the Patriots defense, to Lucas's point, has been pretty good.
Yeah.
with all the comparisons, because the Patriots have the 14th ranked scoring defense, and they have the eighth overall total defense. And I think the big reason being is because they've allowed only 3.2 yards per carry, which is number 1 in the NFL, and they've only given up 1,146 rushing yards, which ranks third third best in the NFL. But Patrick Mahomes coming off back-to-back losses is the recipe for a bounce back. They're not going to lose three games in a row. I think the Chiefs defense is pretty darn good. And I think you look at the Chiefs, and I think they have an advantage when it comes to their defense, and I think that they're going to want to win this game. And this is not my lock of the week, but but according to it was number 2 on the list. But I'm taking the Chiefs to win this game 23-10. It's not my lock of the week, though.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and go next here. 2 losses in a row for Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, it's pretty bad, especially this last week when Kadarius Toney lined up in the neutral zone. So actually, Buffalo did not beat Kansas City. It was actually one of Kansas City's players that shot the team in the foot.
Yeah, it was hilarious that with all the Chiefs fans being upset. But of course, that was the correct call. I thought he was offside. There were 3 other snaps where he was offsides too.
Yeah, and it would, of course, if the penalty had not happened, it would have been a potential game-winning touchdown for KC. But that's just in the past. They're going to the big razor blade over in Foxborough.
Razor blade.
Yep. And I don't see Patrick Mahomes losing 3 in a row here. They're going to take care of New England now. New England may have like some garbage time touchdown here or there, but in the end, I'm taking the Chiefs over the Patriots by a score of 30-20.
Right on. John, Natal, what say you?
Yeah, this one was one of the easier ones for me for the week. Yeah, the Chiefs, after losing 2 in a row, they're going to definitely want revenge. I think I want to say the last time Mahomes lost 2 in a row, I want to say was 3 years ago or 4, if I'm not mistaken. It's very, very rare he ever does that. So I think the Chiefs defense is definitely going to pounce on all over their quarterbacks. When I wrote my column for Starting Situms, I had like Mac Jones / Zappy as my situms of the week. I'm definitely seeing a ton of sacks for this defense. I'm probably gonna go bold. I'm gonna say they're gonna get either 7 or 8 sacks for the quarterbacks. So, and this offense is gonna put up massive points. I could see Kelsey and Rashid Rice getting touchdowns. I think Rashid Rice could be a potential dark horse for AFC Rookie of the Year, potentially. And not only I see the Chiefs offense pouncing, this is my lock of the week. Give me the Chiefs over the Patriots, 30-18.
John's locking it in.
Stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Nice.
All right. LC, did you say yours already?
Yes, I did. I said 27-23 Chiefs.
All right. Next game, we got a divisional matchup. This game is for the AFC South, as it is the Houston Texans. Oh, wait. Damn it. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. My apologies. Lowest ticketed price, $123.
That sounds about right to see Patrick Mahomes. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
123. Not too shabby. Okay, now, Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. This game is in Nashville. And from what I'm seeing right here, Titans are 2.5-point favorites.
They actually went up to 3.
They went up to 3. Okay.
They went up to 3.
All right. Referee for this game is
your all-time favorite ref, Alex.
Cleat.
Cleat.
Blakeman.
Cleat. And calling this game on CBS, you have the calling it the game.
Oh,
It's just
yes.
Spiro Adidas. He's gonna go in for the touchdown. Miraculous, wonderful, spectacular, magical play on the defense.
Wow.
And Adam Archuleta as well.
You know, it's kind of weird that none of my local stations down here carry any games that have Spiro Adidas on the call. So I guess after we get done here, I'm going to have to look up some YouTube videos.
You should. His calls are they're something. Let me just say that. They are something.
All right.
So Texans are probably going to be without CJ Stroud, who is still in concussion protocol. So that means they're going to have Davis Mills getting the start. Titans, they were the better team this Monday night. They're coming off of a big road victory, their first victory on the road this year. Previously, they were 0-6, I believe, on the road. One in which they rallied late behind their rookie quarterback, Will Levis, and he's playing well, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. And I think that carries over here. I got Tennessee getting the job done over the Texans by a final score of 27-20. Give me the Titans.
Alex, I don't know who to pick for this game,
Yeah.
so I'm actually going to go ahead and go my coin flip. To give you guys a little bit of perspective, though, on why I made this my coin flip game of the week, let's go into the stats, shall we? The Texans and Titans lead the overall series 23-19. CJ Stroud is a game time decision with concussion protocol. Texans are 500, 3-3 in their last 6 road games against the Titans. Last year, Davis Mills did win 19-14, but the Texans only average about 21.83 points on the road versus Titans, and Titans average 22.33 points. So the smallest margin out of the week. This is my coin flipper of the game of the week, and yes, I am for real. I'm going to have the number 1 here with the 100K be for the Tennessee Titans at home and the AR for the Houston Texans. So with that being said, Alex?
3, 2, 1. Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Wait, whoops, shit. Go on.
No.
One more time.
Baba Booey.
There we go.
All right, what you got?
And the reveal.
Own home team, Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee
Titans getting the win. I'm going to
Tennessee.
say final score 21-20.
21-20.
Yes,
Dashing.
Bitch, are you for real?
I'll be right back. Yes, I would just
Gotta do it.
I should be right back.
Okay, Mr. Flynn.
Yeah, I'm with the two of you. I'm taking the Titans to win. I'm going to take the Titans to cover, but because I think the Texans have been an incredible story, and D'Amico Ryans was the right coach at the right time. But there were 8 guys that did not practice today for the Texans: Will Anderson, Blake Cashman, Nico Collins, George Fant, C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, Tavio Thomas, and Larry Tunsil. So that's 5 or 6 starters that didn't practice today for the Texans, and they were decimated with injuries, and they clearly missed Tank Dell, who was on injured reserve, and now they're going to be without their number 1, number 2 wide receiver, their starting quarterback who up until last night, up until that showing against the Jets. Was in this had a slight chance for league MVP, but that's gone now. And the Titans, Will Levis has been a name I've been banging on the drums on for the better part of 10 or 11 months. I loved his tape at Kentucky. He has. So he resembles a bit of Josh Allen. He has the arm strength of Justin Herbert, and the ability to get out of the pocket and make some plays. And I think he's playing with confidence. He's been playing at a high level. And I think you look at who the Texans might be without. I think the Titans are the healthier team, and Mike Vrabel who is a heck of a coach. And I think seeing that the Titans beat the Dolphins, it shouldn't have surprised me because Mike Vrabel is a heck of a coach. So
yes, he is.
And so I'm going to take the Titans. They're going to win this game. I think it's going to be a fun game, 33-27 over the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Well, it looks to me, with all that information that Flynn put out yesterday and for today, I have to call an audible on this one here.
Oh,
because last night I predicted the Texans would win 26-21. But now, with all these players hurt for the Texans and CJ Stroud still under protocol, can't really swing that way right now. So I have to go 21-16 Titans.
okay. And John.
Yeah, this one was actually the hardest one for me to decide. And this game, for me, is as far as I use a different term for a boring game. I call the boring ones the toilet bowl game of the week. This was my runner-up decision here. Despite the Texans' injuries and stuff, for some reason, I still think they're going to be okay. I don't know why. I see that defense hanging on a bit. They still have their defensive weapons and whatnot. It's going to be very close, but I'm actually going with the underdog here. I'm taking the Texans to win it in a low-scoring affair, 23-21.
Dang. Wow. Okay. John's the lone wolf here.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lone wolf on this one. We're all picking the Titans except for Mr. Talley.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I just got to go with their defense. I think their defense is going to hold up.
Totally understand where you're coming from. 100%. Next game on the... Oh, here we go. Next game on the list, the final 1 o'clock game, as it is.
Goddamn Jets.
Going up against those Miami Dolphins. This game is at Hard Rock Stadium. And from what I'm seeing right here, we're just going to have to... Oh, wait, there he is. From what I'm seeing right here, the Dolphins are 8.5-point favorites.
Are they 8.5-point favorites? Let's see if the Dolphins are 8.5-point favorites, and they are 8.5-point favorites. Referee for the game, I forgot to mention that before, and I also forgot to mention it for the Texans and the. Oh yeah, what did I mention for Texans Titans? I think I'm not sure if I did. Oh, okay, it was Clete Blakeman. No, I did mention it. Now for Jets Dolphins, it's Brad Rogers.
Brad Rogers calling the game on CBS. You got Tony Romo and Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the CBS A team, which means we're probably going to be hearing a lot about Patrick Mahomes, a lot about Josh Allen, because that's what Tony Romo likes to do in games where they're not playing. They're like, name drop this, name drop that. Before we get to that, lowest ticketed price for Titans and Texans is $49. Before we get to this one, lowest ticketed price for Dolphins and Jets, $172 at Hard Rock Stadium.
Wow.
You all know the rules. Save me for last.
You're the Dolphins, man.
All right, I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and start with this one here. Miami, they came up a little bit short, gave a little bit too much time to the opponents last week. But as I told Alex before we went on the air, this is just only a temporary setback.
That's what I'm saying. Every team loses. Every team loses to bad teams. It's fine. Even the good ones lose to bad teams.
Yeah, but this is only temporary because Dolphins still hold the overall top seed in the AFC.
It's actually the Ravens.
That's Baltimore.
Oh, the Ravens. Oh, the Ravens. The Ravens.
Yeah, had Miami won on Monday, they would have jumped up to the 1.
They would have jumped up to
But now we're number 3, I believe.
Number 2, because
No, you're number 2.
And you got to play the Ravens, I think, event soon.
Week 17.
Mhm.
That's gonna be fun.
I would pay money to watch that one. But anyway, Miami's going to be okay.
Just a bump in the road.
I think I'm just not I'm not picking the Jets anymore. If they win, I don't care. They're just I don't know, Zach Wilson. I just don't think he is the future. I don't think they've even found the future even yet. I'm thinking last time they found the future, I think they were traveling with Dr. Brown, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Great Scott.
boy, this is heavy.
There's that word again. Heavy. Something wrong in the future about the gravitational pull?
So this is definitely a pick for the Dolphins here. Dolphins are going to bounce back in a big way. Give me the Dolphins 33-24. Bins up.
I'll
That's right.
take the Dolphins as well,
right
to
back.
be honest with you. Go right ahead. Let me go ahead and go over my stats for Dolphins and Jets. Dolphins lead the series overall 59-56-1. Dolphins did win in week 12, 34-13. If
Black
you guys
Friday.
saw it, Black Friday. And the Jets have not won in Miami since October 4, 2015.
I was there.
You were there for that game?
I was there. I remember that. That was I think that was Geno Smith. Was he still quarterback there?
Yes, he was.
2015.
That was Fitzpatrick. Yeah, because that was the year the Jets won 10 games, and then they it was the year where the Patriots decided to give the Jets the ball in overtime, and the Jets scored a touchdown.
Hold on. What was the date again, Lucas?
October 4th, 2015.
2015 Jets. Dolphins. Okay, let me look this up. 24. It was 27-14 was the final score, and it was Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is correct. You are correct.
Yeah, that was the last time a quarterback started every game for the Jets.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Tyreek Hill is questionable for the game, though, after what happened on Monday night. But the Jets only averaged 15 points per game on the road in the last 7 games versus the Dolphins. Miami averages 23.29 in their last 7 versus the Jets. And realistic with me, the Dolphins are not my lock of the week, but they were very close to. Give me the Dolphins to win this game convincingly, though. I'm going to go final score 30-17.
Oh, that's right. That's right. This game was in London because that was the game where Joe Philbin got fired. I remember that. What was your score again?
Oh, my God.
30-17 Dolphins.
30-17. Okay. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins to the Dolphins to win, but not to cover. I think this is going to be a case because I thought the Jets defense played too tough in the first meeting in Miami and on the Fantasy Football Fever podcast last night, I had my 7 quarterback of the week is Tua Tagovailoa, who happens to be the quarterback in my other league because I have a playoff matchup in that league as the 5 seed in that one. So. And look, I don't feel great about this Dolphins team because look, I wanted to see something go up against the quality football team, and that's been what's been eluding the Dolphins that type of victory because they got smacked by Buffalo, they got creamed by Philly, and then they lose to the Chiefs in a game where the Chiefs did not look their best, and so it's pretty disappointing obviously because if you look at the Dolphins, they had favorable matchups, but now going up against the Jets team that suddenly feels rejuvenated. They look like a confident offense. They look like the offense that everyone advertised they'd be at the start of the season. And Zach Wilson, by the way, was named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yes, he was
this week. The NFC Offensive Player of the Week, by the way, was Tommy DeVito. So both both New York, New Jersey quarterbacks were named the Players of the Week at their respective in the respective divisions. But So, but look, I don't know what the ceiling is for Miami right now because I think that the loss of Tennessee and the way they looked it changes the calculations a little bit on that front. So I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win because I think Mike McDaniel over Robert Saleh is not a fair fight, and I think the Dolphins defensive line against the Jets offensive line, I think that's gonna be those gonna be the two matchups that are going to save Miami on Sunday. Dolphins win 23-17. It's gonna be a close game.
Okay. And Natalie.
Yeah, I think this one was a pretty easy one for me. The Jets are the Jets. I'm trying to think of that anagram. I think what was that anagram? JETS. Oh, Tim said it, I think, a few weeks ago. JETS is an anagram for just end the season.
That's right.
Yeah, this team is rough. Despite the Dolphins losing last week, they're definitely going to look for revenge. Yeah, they have one of the best offenses in the league. Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane, they're an excellent 1 and 2 back. You could almost call them a 1A, 1B. You could say the same thing for Tyreek Hill even and Jalen Waddle, 1A, 1B wide receiver.
Yep.
And the Dolphins have basically a top 3 defense. So there's no way around it. It's simply put, Dolphins are going to win this game 30-21.
30-21. Okay. That's my turn. It's my turn to cog, as they say. So, what do I have to say about Monday night? Oh, Monday night was absolutely brutal, man. Let me just say that.
It did not make you call, that's for sure.
It was what?
It did not make you call, right?
It didn't. No, it did not. This team, I said this team makes me drink. I have the shirt to prove it. So,
what was that?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. I was just crumpling up this empty bag of Fritos.
No worries. Nice. Good choice. So, what was wrong with us on Monday? So, not running the ball on 3 different red zone trips. Oh, actually, where's Steve Austin? All right. Not running the ball on 3 red zone trips. What? Bradley Chubb's stupid penalty where he threw his helmet on the ground and caused an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that basically gifted the Titans a touchdown. 1 sack on an offensive line that is top 5 in the NFL of giving up sacks. What? Giving up 15 points in less than 3 minutes. What? Horrible offensive line play because we were without Teron Armstead. We were without Robert Hunt. Connor Williams tore his ACL. Liam Eichenberg had to come in, and he was the drizzling shits. Leaving DeAndre Hopkins wide open. Play calling in general. Yeah, let's just be honest. This was not Tua's best game. It's not even on Tua. This was not on Tua. He didn't have a turnover. Well, he did in the red zone where he fumbled the ball off of a snap. But, yeah. 14-point lead. Titans got the win. Congrats to them. Best of luck in the rest of their season. The Jets, on the other hand, they beat up the Texans last week as Zach Wilson was the offensive player of the week in the AFC, as Mr. Flynn said. Dolphins beat the Jets about a month ago, Black Friday, but this will be a tougher matchup than the previous match. The Jets will hang around, but at the end of the day, I think Miami gets the job done. I think they redeem themselves. We will redeem ourselves. This is actually my spread game of the week, believe it or not. I believe. Where is it? Where did Johnster say? Dolphins win, but the Jets cover. Give me the Dolphins to beat the Jets. 24-20. Fins up. Baby. Lowest ticketed prize, Dashy, in case you missed it, is $172. So
So yeah,
there you go.
I mean, one thing, because I have been following Miss Martinez and her third grade class
Yes.
over the season, because
Yes,
I mean,
I have.
I mean that's been one of the things I've been looking forward to, because I have Tyreek Hill in our fantasy leagues, and also by the way, because I know Lucas, I know you're the only one of the five of us not in our league playoffs. I mean, Lucas
Yeah,
and the
I'm
rest
out.
of us
Yes,
are.
I am.
I'm out. Yeah, I suck this year in fantasy football. No, it's just how it is. Can't win them all.
Yeah, it's so I mean, and because I'm sitting two, because that matchup against the Jets are gonna have to I have to start Gardner Minshew this week.
Hey! Yes, Minshew mania.
Yeah, I mean, by default, because in my other league I had Tua and Deshaun Watson, and now Watson can't go the rest of the way.
Damn.
So,
well, in the one of the leagues I'm in, it's actually kind of funny because he doesn't really care about fantasy football, so he dropped his entire roster except for Justin Tucker.
Wow.
Jeez.
So as a result, I'm starting Gardner Minshew because I do not give a fuck. So next game on the list we're going to the 4:00 slate of games now, as it is the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. This game is in Arizona, and from what I'm seeing right here, the 49ers are 12.5-point favorites.
You're right again.
Back on the right track. 12.5-point
12.5.
favorites. Referee for this game is
Referee for the Cardinals and the 49ers is Scott Novak.
and you got Ian Eagle and Charles Davis on the call for this one.
yeah, I can start with this one because last night I brought back the tail of the tape graphics for each of the matchups for everyone's projections in fantasy, and the 49ers have players ranked in the top 5 for this week. At quarterback, Brock Purdy at number 5, Christian McCaffrey number 1 at running back, projected at 25.4 points. Deebo Samuel at number 5, projected at 18.4. Brandon Ayuk is ranked wide receiver 12, which is actually not bad. George Kittle at 3, Jake Moody at 4, and I think there's no play I think this season that personifies how I feel about San Francisco. So then on the Deebo Samuel touchdown where Brandon Ayuk made the incredible block. Especially because it just shows that the 49ers are a well-oiled machine. They're the best team. In my opinion, they're the best team in the NFL right now. So Brock Purdy is on my short list of players who are in the conversation for league MVP. And it's just there's just some incredible matchups for all these guys, and going up against the Cardinals team now. I do have to acknowledge the Cardinals are coming off a bye week, and Kyler Murray is playing, and Trey McBride is playing. Trey McBride is actually listed as the number 5 fantasy tight end for this upcoming week, which I find interesting. But other than that, I think the 49ers are going to dominate in every single facet. I don't care that the Cardinals are double digit underdogs on the road in the division, but I don't care. The 49ers are a class above themselves in the NFC. Not only do I have the 49ers winning this game 31-13, but Alex, you might want to get another graphic going. This is my lock of the week.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. All the week.
There we go. Let me see what my notes say. I will go next on this one. Let me see. Scroll down. There we go. The 49ers look to be cruising to the top seed in the NFC, while the Arizona Cardinals are playing out the streak, so to say. Cardinals are coming off of the bye week, which helps, and they did beat the Steelers a couple weeks ago. Sorry, Lucas.
Yeah, I know.
But this 49ers team is rolling, which isn't stopping in this game. I'm with Flynn on this one. Give me the 49ers to beat the Arizona Cardinals 34-14. And the 49ers are also my lock.
And this
of
is
the
my
week.
stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice here. Yeah, San Francisco is just rolling along. Arizona coming off of a bye. It ain't gonna matter. This is gonna be probably about as good of a beatdown as the 49ers gave to my Cowboys back in week 5. And that was pretty bad too. I'm taking the Niners easily over the Cardinals by a score of 38-17.
Do I need to make him any more obvious? Lock him in.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
After the 49ers failed me, the Dolphins failed me last week, my lock of the week. I'm bringing the Niners as my lock of the week.
Sorry.
Niners lead the series 35-29. 49ers are 3-2 in their last 5 road games versus the Cardinals. They averaged 22.2 points per game on the road against the Cardinals in the last 5, while the Cardinals averaged 16.4. But let's be honest here. The 49ers are the best team in the NFL until proven otherwise. Give me the Niners to win this game over Arizona. I'm going to say it's a lock. I'm going to think I will not go 50 or 60 points this time. I'm just going to go a reasonable 42-21. Give me the Niners easily.
Okay. All right. John, what say you?
Yeah, it's pretty much what you guys said. The 49ers were the clear choice. But this is gonna sound weird. Like when I wrote down my score, I realized I did something I didn't intend to do, but because I wrote it, I'm gonna stick with it. For some odd reason, when I did the subtractions, I somehow had the Cardinals covering the spread. I didn't intend to do that, but since I wrote it, I'm just gonna stick with it.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's a little. It's nuts.
That's bold.
The Cardinals, I have them covering the spread for some reason, even though I didn't intend to do that.
That's bold. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Tally.
Yeah. My math somehow was just wrong, or I misread the spread, one or the other. But I'm just gonna wing it. 49ers are gonna win, but Cardinals are gonna cover, but just barely. 32-21.
Okay.
Yeah, every Tuesday morning, I look up the spreads for the week, and I put it in a group chat with Tim and Natalie to show them what spreads we're playing with. So I think for the better part of a few weeks, I sent them via text, but 2 of the last 2 weeks I sent them a graphic that I use. And I was just waiting for them to get back to me so I could fill in the blanks. But I think there was one time earlier this season where Natalie accidentally picked the team to cover, and I think he won. I'm trying to remember what it was, but he won.
Yeah. And then there was one time I changed my mind on one when I should have stuck with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying somehow last week I managed to get the Giants covering and the Dolphins covering last week.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but I am curious about. I mean, do you and Lucas have track overall records for the season?
We're part of a pool. I believe
We're in Pick'em
pool, and they have
Inzer
Max, Pick'em pool, and they have our totals for the season. I believe I am.
Yeah. I think you're only just above Mac, but barely. It's definitely a close race between you two, but I'm definitely leading overall. The best Horseman is definitely me with regards to Pick'em. It's definitely not even. It's definitely definitely a wider spread margin too.
Where the hell is it?
Yeah.
Trying to find.
Because we track the winners picks and the spread picks on our end.
All right. In the meantime,
while getting that up, but let's pick some more games.
That's right. Next game on the list we have is the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Rams. This game is in Los Angeles. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Rams are 6.5-point favorites.
You're right on the money again.
Right on the money again. Let's go. Referee for this game is?
Let's go. It is going to be Alan. Yeah.
And on the call, you have Tom McCarthy, James Lofton, and Jay Feely. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you guys got and why for Rams and Commanders?
I think this was one of the easier games to pick this week. I think the Rams are playing really well. I thought they looked really well in a loss to Baltimore in overtime. They lost it in an unusual fashion, but I thought Stafford was good. I thought the game plan was awesome by Coach McVay and I just think this Rams team is going to find a way to make the playoffs. They're playing well offensively and defensively, and Aaron Donald going up against one of the worst offensive lines in the league. That's simply not a fair fight. And speaking of Washington, how Titanic Ron Rivera still holds a job is beyond me. It seems like they're going to let him finish the season. And then let him go, and then they're probably going to bring in a new general manager too. Because Washington has whiffed on some of their drafts over the last couple of seasons. So I think they're going to have a new GM. I think they're going to have a new head coach. But in the meanwhile, this is going to be a Kyron Williams special. Oh, Kyron Williams going up against the Commanders team that simply can't stop the run. So I think he's going to have a monster game. I think he's going to have a couple of touchdowns, 100 yards rushing. So give me the Rams to win this game 28-20. I think I was shocked that I have it as only an 8-point margin. I don't know how Washington's going to get to 20, but maybe a garbage time touchdown. But either way, Rams win. Rams cover.
Yeah. Lowest ticketed price for this game is $55. $55. And the previous game, 49ers and Cardinals, $224. $224 for that one.
Nice.
So for this one, for the Rams and the Commanders, Commanders are coming off of the bye, but they aren't playing for anything. Rams are playing for their playoff lives. Rams lost to the Ravens last week in overtime, but they did pretty well. I think that will continue here as Matthew Stafford lights up that Washington defense. So give me the Rams to get the job done over the Commanders by a final score. I think it's going to be closer than what you guys think. I'm going to say 31-27. Give me the Rams.
I am actually in agreement with Mac on this one, and I actually had the exact same score that you did, Alex. This is my spread game of the week. I think Washington holds the spread. Here's why. Washington, in their last games, they actually lead the overall series 24-12-1. And their record against Washington on the road, against the Rams on the road, I'm sorry, the Redskins actually have a record of 14-5-1 on the road against the Rams. And since 2000, Washington is 4-3 against the Rams on the road. And the Washington is averaging 25.14.2 points on the road, and the Rams only averaging 22.43 points. I think this game is going to be an offensive shootout between both teams, but in the end, I'm going to take the Rams to win, but the Washington Redskins cover the spread. Final score, 31-27, just like you, Alex. We have the same score.
All right. Well, I'm kind of thinking along the same lines here. Los Angeles has a pretty good tandem of receivers with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. They're doing pretty good. Washington's defense is they can be suspect at times. Sam Howell, he's a little bit below average, but I can see them maybe getting maybe a garbage time touchdown, maybe two, but I think it'll be kind of a little bit late because I can see the Rams kind of pulling away kind of early in the game. But this is also my point spread game of the week. I'm taking Los Angeles with the win. Give me the Rams 23-17. Rams to the win. Commanders with the points.
All right. And Mr. Natale.
Yeah. For this one, yeah. Pretty much the Commanders are a mess. Rams are a little bit of a roll. They're fighting for a playoff spot. In my start and sit-em column, I kind of did a 2-for-1. I have the Brian Robinson / Antonio Gibson as your sit-ems of the week, depending on who's the starter. I think the Rams defense is just going to run all over that offense. There's pretty much nothing going for the Commanders right now. Ron Rivera should have been fired a long time ago.
Yep.
Don't know how he's still there. But at the end, gotta go with the team that has more to play for, which is clearly the Rams. I have them winning and covering this one easily, 26-16. And with the 16 points, the Commanders are my second lowest point total for the week.
All right.
Just above the Patriots. No, wait, just above the Panthers.
I mean, I just realized why I had a closer margin than I thought, because Terry McLaurin was my starter of the week at wide receiver, because there's no way he's going to have 0 catches 2 games in a row, because he didn't get a single target in the game against Miami a couple of weeks ago. So I think he's due to get a heavy dosage of targets. So he was my starting wide receiver of the week.
Excellent. All right, next game on the list. I think we can all agree that this is 100%
the game of the week. Indeed, it is.
Absolutely. It is the Dallas Cowboys against the Buffalo Bills. A battle of my 2 favorite sound bites, as it is. Hold on, where is it? As it is.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Going up against.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
And this is going to be a good one, for sure.
2-time Super Bowl rematch.
2-time Super Bowl rematch. Bills are 2.5-point favorites.
They actually went down to 2.
Went down to 2. Oh,
really? It's down to 2. That's interesting.
Yeah, went down to 2.
All right. Referee for this game is
Craig Rolstad.
And you got Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson on the call. Fox 18. Fox 18 on the call. Okay.
And
we all know the rules.
What's the lowest ticket price?
Lowest ticketed price. I believe this is the most expensive one this week. Yes, it is. $262.
That is surprising to say the least.
We all know the rules. Save Mr. Tim for last.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I because I don't know if you see Alex on StreamYards, because I think the graphic shows you how excited we should all be for the Cowboys Bills game, and I think we could share that up because this is the best game of the week. I think it's going to be an unbelievable game, but. Listen, I think this Bills team. I think because this is perfect. I'm only going to do it for this one, but look at all the players who are projected at top 10 for their respective divisions for the week. I think that's the graphic that describes your top 5 matchup at quarterback. You have your top 10 matchup at wide receiver, top 10 matchup at tight end, top 8 matchup. In terms of the kicker, and this is going to be a tremendous sporting event on Sunday. It's going to be a nationally televised game because they're the only late game on Fox. It's a double header there, so I'm looking forward to that. But I do think the Bills figured something out after Ken Dorsey was fired. Now, do I think Ken Dorsey was the number one reason to blame for the Bills' struggles? No, because I think that's more on the lines of Sean McDermott and the goofy in-game management he's had all season. But the Bills have a top 5 scoring offense. They have a top 10 scoring defense. I think the way they've been playing since the dismissal of Ken Dorsey has been inspiring, to say the least. Joe Brady has done a great job coach calling the plays for the Bills. How the Panthers let him go in the first place was beyond me. I mean, I can't be surprised now because of the patterns with the Panthers under David Tepper. But nonetheless, I think the Bills are playing a confident team. I think the Bills are going to be a dangerous team if they make the playoffs, and I think they're going to have a great showing here. And also, the thing about this is because this is a road game for the Cowboys, and all three of the Cowboys' losses this year have been on the road, and two of those losses have been against Super Bowl contenders in the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think Josh Allen's going to have a monster game. I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a monster game, and I think they can be able to run the ball efficiently if they can get into favorable second and third down situations, which is what I want to be the game plan from a Bills perspective. In terms of the play calling, it'll make it a little easier. But I do think that this is a showcase of how good these teams are on both sides of the football. I mean, listen, you can't discount Dallas and on either side, especially with the way they looked against Philadelphia on Sunday night. But I think the games in Buffalo, I think the weather's going to be a factor there. Which we discussed on last night's episode. But I'm going to take the Bills to win this game 28-24 over the Dallas Cowboys.
Flynn has the Bills. You know what that means.
Buffalo all the way this time.
Because nobody
circles the wagons
like
the
the
Buffalo Bills.
Bills. All right, who's next?
I'm ready.
Have at it, John.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. This game is my highest combined point total for the week. It's definitely going to be, I think, a shootout on both offenses. Yeah, both defenses are going to struggle. Both defenses are going to give up a ton of points here. Both teams are going to score in the mid to upper 30s here. That they've got to give a big honorable mention here to one of the Cowboys' best players right now, Brandon Aubrey. He's like Mr. Automatic. He's like a clone. Right. He's like a cross between Justin Tucker and Sebastian Janikowski.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy came out of nowhere, came from the USFL. Somehow transitioned. He fit in right away. He's probably the best kicker right now on the market. Let's see. I mean, Pollard's been pretty solid. Bills, everybody's been very solid. So this one was really hard. But while I do believe Brandon Aubrey's field goal streak is going to end next week in that cold weather, I do predict, though, despite him missing a field goal, it's not going to make a difference. The Cowboys, I think, are still going to win this game 38-34.
38-34. He's got the Cowboys. You know what that means.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
LC, what say you? LC Marshals. Lucas, you there? Hello? I don't think he's paying attention. All right, I guess I'll go next.
all right.
I guess I'll go next. Yeah, this is a huge game for the Bills as they push for the playoff spot while the Cowboys are pushing for seeding. Both offenses have had success lately, but the Cowboys have really amped it up, if you know what I mean. I think the Bills' desperation will trump the Cowboys for playing for the seed. Dallas is in it, but I think the Bills still find a way to get the job done. I'm going to go with the Bills to get the job done over the Cowboys. Josh Allen beats Dak Prescott 33-30. Sorry, Tim. Give me the Bills.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way
Is he
Lucas?
available?
Pay attention. I don't know if he's there. Hold on. This is different. Oh, okay. Message him. Okay. In the meantime, I guess. Tim, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll be waiting on LC for that.
Going once, going twice. Nothing. Okay.
No, I don't know what happened to him.
Oh.
Anyway, yes, the only two teams in NFL history to play at back-to-back Super Bowls. Great games back in the day. Cowboys are perfect at home, 15 straight wins. It was so great. They took down those filthy Philadelphia chickens. It was so beautiful.
It
But
was
now
glorious.
yes, it was. But now they're heading on the road to Buffalo, where wind may be a factor. It'll be very cold up there, and of course, as Alex said, the 3 losses for the Cowboys have been on the road.
Mm-hmm.
As we said, Arizona, San Francisco, and Philly, the first game. Yeah, Brandon Aubrey, he is like a gold mine that we're saying all right now. He has attempted 30 field goals. He's made all 30 field goals. He made history this past Sunday, kicking a 59-yard field goal. But then right after, he kicked a 60-yard field goal. So 2 field goals, 2 field goals, 59 yards or more. That is pretty amazing. But the wind can be a factor if it's blowing enough to affect his kicking trajectory, because so far it seems like the only way that he could ever miss a field goal is if Lucy swiped the football away at the last second.
Nice Peanuts reference there. Nice.
Exactly. In fact, I have a little video clip of that. I'll send it to you later on, Alex.
Okay.
Anyway, Josh Allen, very good quarterback, but I'm still concerned with his turnover issues, with his fumbles and his interceptions that may come into play. I can see Micah Parsons getting about 2 sacks. I'd love to see an interception by Deron Bland, maybe another pick 6 going all the way. But yeah, this is going to be an awesome game. In the end, I have got my Cowboys just eking it out with a late field goal from Mr. Brandon Aubrey. Give me the Cowboys 27-24. Give it to me, Jimmy.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh man, I think he fell asleep.
No, I'm here.
Well, now you're here. Yeah, now you're here.
I've been here.
You fell asleep, dude.
No, I didn't. Did I? What?
Yes, you did.
The hell was up.
You fell
What?
asleep. I heard you snoring.
I was? That's
Yes,
weird.
he was, buddy. Hey, don't worry.
my
We're almost done here. We're just
We got
waiting
2 more
for this-
games left, my guy.
Dude,
he-
I've been up since.
I don't think he gave
6
his
o'clock.
pick yet.
For
No, he
Cowboys
didn't.
and the Cowboys and the Bills.
Cowboys,
I thought you guys
Bills.
went over me. I apologize. Cowboys lead the series overall 8-5. Cowboys are 2-3 in the regular season at Buffalo in their history, not counting the Super Bowls. Cowboys average 18 points per game on the road versus Buffalo. Bills average 20.2 points at home versus the Cowboys. Pretty much 2 even point spread. Realistically here, I'm going to go with the hot team realistically in this one. And I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to get the job done. Realistically, I think the Bills are a little bit red hot, but let's be honest here. It's going to be tough picking against the Cowboys right now. They're the best team, offensive team in the league that could keep up with teams with the 49ers. I think if the 49ers and Cowboys had a rematch, I think the game could go the other way. In the end, I'm going to take, you know what, screw it. I'm going to take the Cowboys. And I was thinking about taking Buffalo, but I'm going to take the Cowboys for some reason. I'm really thinking Dallas is going to win, especially on the road. Even though they're 2-3, I think they get the job done. Final score, Cowboys 27-23. My final pick is the Cowboys for that one. And Alex, I'm a Steelers fan. You don't need to do it, but I know you're going to.
Yep.
There, of course, I knew you were going to play it.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. We got 2 games left. Pay attention. We got Sunday Night Football Night in America, NBC. Check your local listings as it is the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game is in Jacksonville, and the Ravens are 3-point favorites.
Even Steven, 3-point favorite.
3-point favorites. All right. Referee for this game is?
Referee for the Jaguars and the Ravens is going to be Sean Smith.
And you got, because it's on NBC, you got Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth on the call. I'm gonna start us off real quick.
Go right ahead.
Jaguars have lost 2 straight and have a big injury issue to go with poor defensive play for the past couple weeks. Ravens, as of right now, are the top spot in the AFC. Their defense has struggled as some lately as well. I think this will be a shootout between Lamar Jackson and Trevor Lawrence. But there's just something about this Jaguars team. I don't know. So, for that reason, sound the alarm. That's right. I'm going with the Jaguars to get the job done over the Baltimore Ravens in their home stadium. Give me the Jaguars over the Ravens, 34-28. Duval football.
Upset special, Alex. I'm also taking the Jaguars. I'm also picking Jacksonville.
I love it.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Jacksonville, even though they lost to the Browns, because here's the stat that we discussed on the podcast last night, because Evan Ingram was going up against the number 1 defense against tight ends in the NFL. So that only 1 tight end had scored more than 10 points all season against that Cleveland Browns defense in a given game, and that was Mark Andrews in Week 4. And Evan Ingram had the second best performance by a tight end in terms of fantasy this season at 32.5 points. So he had 12 catches, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he was really good for the Jaguars in a game they should have lost by more than 15 points. But
yep.
Well, look, I think there's a quiet confidence with this Jaguars team. I think you look at Trevor Lawrence. I think I really like him. I really like the confidence that he's showing, and he knows what it takes to win games. I mean, he did that all the time at Clemson, and I think Baltimore has had one of the easiest schedules in the league to start, and starting with Week 15 onward, they have the toughest schedule in the National Football League. They have Jacksonville, San Francisco, Miami, and then they finish at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, so I think the Ravens are going to trip up the next couple of weeks. So I'm taking Jacksonville. I think that they're going to figure things out against Lamar Jackson, because the Ravens showed that they are a little vulnerable last week. So my score for this game is 24-21.
24-21. Okay. Who's next?
Who is not gone
yet?
Who is not gone yet?
You, Tim, and Natalie.
Everybody on this side.
How about you save me for last?
All right, we can do that. Jacksonville pressure through, trying to get their way to another AFC South Championship. Baltimore, number 1 overall seed. Now, what was the spread again?
3 Baltimore. 3-point favorites.
3-point
Three
favorites.
to Baltimore. So, yeah, Baltimore. I mean, Lamar Jackson had an awesome week last week. We really talked about that on last night's show. And I think he might have another pretty good one. Jacksonville's going to make it interesting. But I'm going to say Baltimore is going to take it when it really matters at the end of the game. And Baltimore is going to take this one by a score of 31-27. Quote the Ravens, nevermore.
All right. John?
Yep. Yeah, I see this as a very close game as well. I mean, the Jaguars are pretty good at home. I think the Ravens have some better weapons right now. Zay Flowers, he's having a solid rookie season. I mean, Isaiah Likely, he came out big last week. Him and Lamar are perfect connection right now. That was a very smart pickup by Lucas last week, which propelled him to get that final playoff spot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I can see Isaiah Likely as the top target again, possibly, and I think he's going to make the difference in this victory. Give me the Ravens to win in a close one, 27-22.
Yeah, he was my starting. He was my tight end start of the week on the show last night. Isaiah Likely, and I look like an idiot for dropping him in my other league because I dropped him in favor of Darren Waller because I was just getting ready. But Darren Waller is supposed to be playing on Sunday.
He's back. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Isaiah Likely it is coming up big after the injury to Mark Andrews.
That is true.
All right, Lucas, the floor is yours.
Yes, LC.
Floor is for me, and
Floor
for
is
me,
you.
yes. With this
is
game,
for-
the Ravens and the Jaguars. Let's actually take a look at my notes, shall we? And you guys will know who I'm going to pick for this game. Jaguars lead the overall series 13-10. The Ravens are 1-4 in their last 5 road games versus Jaguars and 3-8 overall in Jacksonville. So history is not the best with the Ravens. They average 12.6 points per game on their last 5 road games versus Jaguars, and in total 15.36 points per game on their entire history versus Jaguars. Jaguars averaged 22.82 points, and the Ravens definitely can say Jacksonville is a house of horrors, especially since they were former AFC Central combatants, and they were both in the division together. And Alex, go ahead and sound that alarm for me, baby.
I knew it.
Yes, sir.
I had a feeling.
I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game. The Jaguars are going to get the job done over the Baltimore Ravens, 23-17.
How would Mr. Garrison say that team name?
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah, might as well. Where's Ron Simmons at?
Damn.
All right. Last game on the slate, Monday night. It is those Philadelphia Chickens.
Yeah, those
against
chickens.
those Seattle Buzzards.
The Buzzards.
The Buzzards.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. This game is in Seattle, and the Philadelphia Eagles are 4-point favorites.
4-point favorites. You're ending off on a good point.
Right.
Yes, so they went up from 3.5 to 4, but listen, I even though Seattle lost the last couple weeks, I thought they played inspiring football. To say the least, I think Geno Smith looked really good on Thursday night, and Drew Lock didn't look that bad on Sunday against the 49ers. I think Seattle did everything they could to keep those games close. Ultimately, it was just a little talent gap. But listen, I think the Seahawks have matchups against Philadelphia that I think they can exploit. Their wide receivers against that Philly secondary. I think that's going to be a bad matchup for Philadelphia. And also Pete Carroll in prime time has been awesome throughout his career. I mean, the last time Seattle played on Monday night was the 24-3 game against the Giants at MetLife, where they sacked Daniel Jones 11 times, and I was an eyewitness to that. My first NFL game. Oh. And knowing that Seattle needs to win to stay afloat in the NFC wildcard picture, and the Seahawks would have 5 losses in a row if they lose if they lose this game. I don't think Pete Carroll is going to let them lose 5 in a row. Sound the alarm once again, Alex.
One more time.
Seahawks 28, Eagles, or as Tim would say, Chickens 27.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Bold.
All right, so who's next?
You go next, Tim.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything that Flynn said. We spoke about this in great detail last night. I mean, Eagles just got their butts handed to them by first the 49ers and then the Cowboys.
Yep.
Now they're going up against the Seattle Seahawks team, who always play tough, despite the fact that I think they've lost 2 in a row or something here and there. But I think that Geno Smith is up to the challenge. I believe that those Chickens have been a little bit exposed for the last couple of weeks, and for that reason, sound the alarm for me.
Damn.
Really?
It might be a very hard road for the Eagles to maybe hold on to that one spot, because right now it's the 49ers. It might be even more difficult for them to win the NFC East, but I'm going with Seattle late field goal to take down those Chickens. Give me the Buzzards over the Chickens. 31-28. Die, Chickens, die.
On the road to KFC.
All right, Natalie, your turn.
I was gonna say, save me for last. I have something special to say about this one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, we'll see the guests are last.
LC.
Alrighty, so the Eagles and Seahawks. Seahawks lead the overall series 12-7. Eagles are 5-4 on the road versus Seahawks. Eagles average 22.22 points per game. Meanwhile, the Seahawks average 22 points per game. So this is pretty much split right down pretty much near dead even. At the end of the day, though, the problem with the Eagles is they've had a really tough stretch. But in the end of the day, I still think that they can still be a top-tier team in the NFC. I think they are, but the problem is, though, Seahawks definitely will be playing the Eagles very well. I also like the fact that this was moved to a Monday night and not taking out the Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs against the Patriots.
Agreed.
I'm glad that was faxed out.
Yeah,
right.
Makes it a lot better. At the end of the day, I am going to take the Eagles, though. I think they rebound, get the job done. And you know who I want to see after I make my score prediction? 27-24. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. Seattle covers the spread. And Alex, go ahead and send Senator Romy out.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the Eagles have lost.
How he even got elected to the U.S. Senate is beyond me, but I digress. Go ahead, Alex.
Long story.
He has a mustache now.
He has a mustache now.
Eagles have lost 2 straight, and now they got to head out on the road for the 2nd straight week. Seahawks have lost 4 straight games now. but they might get Geno Smith back for this one. Has that been confirmed yet? I don't know. Might be Drew Lock. Might be Geno Smith. So it honestly won't matter here because this is the perfect spot for the Eagles to get back on the right track as they push for the postseason. Jalen Hurts has a big day. Seattle just won't be able to keep up. Give me the Eagles to beat the Seahawks 35-24. Let's hear one more time.
Are so much better than the Eagles.
Love to see it.
Lowest ticket price, $140, by the way.
Oh.
And
Did
for the
you do Ravens
Jaguars,
Alex?
69.
69.
Nice.
Nice.
John, Natalie.
Alrighty.
Ending it up.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this is actually, for me, I think this has trap written all over it.
Oh,
this
trap
is my
game.
trap game of the week.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah. With the Eagles losing a couple in a row, do you think we could say fraud watch? Is this a fluke? Are teams really starting to figure the Eagles out?
I think they just had a bad streak.
Maybe. I mean, the Eagles are falling apart a bit. Granted, they're still very strong. They have a very strong offense. They have a very strong defense. But yet again, the Seahawks are home.
Yeah.
They play extremely well at home.
Yes, they do.
And the Seahawks are a mess. They've lost 4 in a row. But could they lose 5 in a row? Absolutely. Are they getting some weapons back? Perhaps. I think Kenneth Walker should be coming back. And they have a very nice defense led by Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks, and possibly the Defensive Player of the Year, Devin Witherspoon.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, yes.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Sorry, yeah, correct. Yeah, Defensive Rookie of the Year, yes. But yeah, after weighing everything out, there was a teaser I left earlier. We're going to have upsets galore. This is the one. This is my upset of the week. I have the Seahawks getting the monkey off their back. The losing streak finally comes to an end. They win at home Monday night in prime time, 27-26.
27-26 by 1 point game. So I guess we can sound that alarm one more time. Love it. Absolutely love it, man. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for week number 15 of the 4 Horsemen of Pick'ems. I want to give a huge thank you to John Natale and Johnny Flynn for the win, for coming on and being the guest pickers tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
awesome having you guys on here.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty good timing because of the start of fantasy playoffs for everybody.
That is right.
That's right.
Because I know Lucas. I mean, who is Lucas? Who are you playing? Are you playing Natalia?
I'm playing Adam Oliver. I think I'm playing Adam Oliver.
Yeah,
or the OWA Superstars. So
that's Adam.
Yep, I'm playing him. Ayo.
Is that and Adam came on late, and so I was bringing up the projected matchups, which we do at the start, but because Adam came on, I brought up your matchup at the end. You have you guys are like evenly matched everywhere.
Pretty much.
Quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, kickers, defenses.
It's near accurate, man. It's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, and I believe I play the winner of you against Adam, because the winner of the tally and our friend Daniel Spiegel plays Tim next week.
Tiny Tim.
I'm out of it.
Yeah.
Team Pizzle did not have a good year this year. Let me just say that.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay. I mean, as they always wrote in Brooklyn in the 50s before the Dodgers won the World Series, wait till next year.
That's right. And we will do just that. Fantasy Football Fever, you guys can check them out every Tuesday night. right? On TJM 3774.
That is correct. That is correct.
And also Hooked on Sports.
I'll be recording. I'll be recording my NFL podcast for the week tomorrow, and then I will be doing my regular podcast on Friday, where I'll be talking about Draymond Green suspension indefinitely. Obviously, we got to talk about the Shohei Ohtani contract, 10 years, $700 million, and all the and all the deferrals. I mean, my goodness,
it's insane that Shohei Ohtani at the end of this contract will be getting paid more throughout his contract than some actual country's net worth.
The GDPs, as economists call it, the gross domestic product.
He pulled a Bobby Bonilla. He's gonna get money after he retires.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but we got that. We also, so what else do we have? We have the in-season tournament to recap in the NBA and the genius of LeBron James. So those are going to be some things I'll be discussing.
All right, and we will definitely be on the look. We will definitely tune in to see that.
One thing we forgot, Alex, we actually forgot to do the playoff machine.
Oh,
What picks would look like if all the picks that I made would actually go off right. This is how the playoff machine would look.
Yeah, we actually did that yesterday on our podcast.
So if these were all my picks, these are pretty much all my picks. If all these picks pretty much hold up, this would be the playoff seedings, and this is what it would look like. And look at this matchup. Did you say this would be a blowout?
Oh my gosh, that would be the chickens and the turkeys.
The chickens and the turkeys.
Mile-Ante turkeys.
Yeah,
but I like that first. I like that number one seed in the AFC, though. Just saying.
Yeah,
it's hard to get that.
Look, you have the entire AFC North making the playoffs. You got the Ravens and the Baltimore, Cincinnati a rematch. You got Jacksonville, Cleveland a rematch. So although Steelers, Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers, and Eagles, Lions are matchups we're not going to see, that were not scheduled during the regular season. So I those are the ones that I find interesting more than others. So the teams that didn't face each other in the regular season but be in the playoffs.
That's a good point.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Love it, man. Good stuff. All
Good
right,
stuff, guys.
I will be live this Sunday to cover the Dolphins against the Jets, 1:00 Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys tune in for that. Dashy, he said in the chat he will be streaming the Vikings and Bengals on his channel, so be on the lookout for that. And next week, same time, same place.
Yep, same time, same place for me. You know my results, so
that's right. So, for Tiny Tim, for LC Muscles 28, for John Natale, and for Johnny Flynn, for the win, this is A Pizzle saying peace out and fins up. Baby! See you guys next week.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Beat those Colts. 27-6 record. It's hard to beat that.
Let's go up to Buffalo and let's lasso some bison, okay? How about them Cowboys?
Buffalo Bison. See ya!